welcome back. We are so happy you joined us again. Let's continue our conversation in Genesis.
Yes.
So like you said, Noah and all of them spent nearly a year inside the ark. Now here's the main thing. We must trust God to give us patience during those difficult times when we must wait. God was absolutely teaching them patience. Have to have patience.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have obedience.
Absolutely.
And that comes into play so much as we continue on through the Old Testament.
Yes.
Because God could have immediately dried the ground.
Oh, yeah.
He could have been like zip zap dry.
Yeah. He could have not even sent a flood, to be honest.
Yeah. You know, you're right. He could have just been all poof.
Yeah. He could have just taken everybody somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just like so-and-so's, let's see, Enoch.
Oh, yes.
Enoch was 65. He became the father of Methuselah.
Methuselah, yeah.
And then he lived 365 years walking in close fellowship with God. Then one day he disappeared because God took him. He could have, honestly, he could have, but he has a reason for everything.
That's a wonderful point.
Yeah. He could have not even had the flood.
Yeah. So, patience and obedience. And we will see that, as we know, because we're working our way through it, you and I right now, with the Israelites.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Genesis chapter 8, verses 13 and 14, 10.5 months after the flood began, the flood waters had almost dried up from the earth. Noah lifted back the covering of the boat and saw that the surface of the ground was drying. 2 more months went by, and at last the earth was dry. And then God said that everyone could leave the ark and release the animals.
Yeah.
So they had to sit there another 2 months. Because, they were probably a little happy, like, hey, all right.
Yeah.
No, you got to wait 2 more months.
Wait 2 more months.
Yeah.
The only thing I can compare it to is being pregnant.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Like towards the end. To another week. Oh, okay. Nothing we can do here.
Patience.
There's nothing. You
just
can't do something like take a pill or plug in a little longer to something. You know what I mean? You can't rush that up.
No.
Because yeah.
I like that example.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so just waiting.
Yeah, it's just a waiting game.
Yeah.
Now, Genesis chapter 8, verses 20 through 22, then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and there he sacrificed as burnt offerings the animals and birds that had been approved for that purpose.
Right, yeah.
And the Lord was pleased with the aroma of the sacrifice and said to himself, I will never again curse the ground because of the human race, even though everything they think or imagine is bent toward evil from childhood. So he knew.
Yeah.
He knew. I will never again destroy all living things. As long as the earth remains, there will be planting and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night. Now it's the first thing that Noah did after getting off the ark.
Yeah.
That says a lot about Noah. He didn't do anything frivolous or
No,
he went, he built an altar to the Lord, and he made the sacrifices. And this is the first time Scripture refers to building an altar to God.
Wow.
And once again, we'll see a lot more of that coming up,
right,
where they built altars.
It also said that every change of season, I know everybody says, the rainbow is a reminder of his promise, but every change of season is a reminder of the promise.
Oh.
Because he says, there will be planting and harvest, cold and heat, summer, winter, day and night.
Mm-hmm.
So really every change of a season is the promise.
Yeah.
That he won't do it again.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd share that.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, in the notes, God responds to this humble act of worship by Noah. We're told that God smells the pleasing or soothing aroma of the sacrifice and apparently greatly pleased makes a new commitment. This is the only time Scripture shows God explicitly smelling the aroma from a sacrifice.
Yeah.
though that is the direct intention of many sacrifices described later in the Bible. It's not meant to be read as if God is literally inhaling smoke. Rather, the reference to smoke and its scent is a common scriptural metaphor involving prayer and how our sacrifices are received by God. It's an interesting little tidbit.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And incense, when incense are burned, that was in the Old Testament, we learned this, that shows you're in constant prayer.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was when incense were burnt in the Old Testament, it showed you were in constant prayer. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was something I had no idea about that.
I know. And it really means something. You know, if you think about that, that's lovely to think about.
It is.
Yeah.
Countless times throughout, we have more notes here. Countless times throughout the Bible, we see God showing his love and patience toward men and women in order to save them. Although he realizes that their hearts are evil, he continues to reach out to them. So it's just that love.
That's all it is.
It's just that love. But God has promised never again to destroy everything on earth until the judgment day when Christ returns to destroy evil forever.
Right. All of our hearts are evil. Just so we all know that. The heart can be deceiving, and we're all sinful people. Even Christians. All of us are sinful people, and we will sin till the day we leave this earth.
Yeah.
So don't think that you have to be perfect or be unsinful to be a Christian. That's not it. Please don't think that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, never feel kind of intimidated like that. Like, oh, there's like, you see all these pictures of like the mega churches and all that. God bless them, but just realize we're all sinners.
Absolutely. If you go to a church and you're feeling judged, that's not the church you belong at. I mean, I may be making a personal call, and forgive me if I'm not showing God's right word. Forgive me, Lord, but if you go to a church and feel judged, I don't feel that's God's church. Do you?
No. No, I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not to be judged somewhere. God's whole thing is love.
Unconditional love.
Yeah. So, and we hope that's what we're showing you guys.
No, that's so important to remind everybody. And no matter where you are in life, whether you just feel totally broken or you just feel like such a sinful person or something's going on in your life, or it doesn't matter where you are and what you're going through. God's there.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got that unconditional love, so you're good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Don't feel like you can't approach him.
No. That's right. Absolutely. You don't have to have special words or anything.
No,
No.
not at all.
No.
Just be you. Be honest, be humble, and just pray. Just talk to him. Talk to God.
You can even just say his name. He knows what's in your mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is there anything else you want to talk about in chapter 8?
No, I'm good.
All right, so we're going to boogie on to chapter 9. All right, you guys, join us next time as we continue our discussion in Genesis. We're very excited.
Yes, we are.
All right, we will see you next time.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.